That's a great question. I'm going to poke fun at you real quick because coaches aren't supposed to ask why questions. Oh goodness! But the probably the biggest reason, in all seriousness, is that Cheryl invited me, and I figured if there was something a master certified coach who knew me thought would be value added for my journey as a coach, that it was really worth doing. And I participated in Cheryl's mentor coach practicum before that and grew from that experience. Plus, a good friend really grew a lot from his coach's edge experience, and he recommended it. So those things coming together, that was my why. Coach's Edge has something called the Success Factor Assessment, and it's really a list of indicators as far as how healthy is my coaching practice. And through that SFA, I'm continuing to professionalize my coaching practice. So, just like the word edge implies, there are many things we can do as professional coaches to sharpen the many different aspects of our practice. So, from tightening up our logistics of bringing somebody on board as a client, all the way up to periodically reviewing our engagement with clients. My time with Coach's Edge has been really, really beneficial. So I'd like to foot stomp this concept of reviewing the engagement. So in the courses that I had taken, no one had ever mentioned doing an annual review with my clients. So Cheryl recommends doing this in early December. So I gave that a try just last month. And so when I asked one of my clients to recap how he'd grown as a result of our coaching partnership, he said, because of the time we've spent, so we had just been meeting since April, so 8 months, he says, I have a solid grasp of my strengths. I have more confidence in my leadership. I'm more intentional in my leadership. I can communicate more effectively. I can gracefully say no to others. And then the kicker, he says, these are things I could not do when I first met you back in March. So I don't know about you, but as a coach, I could run for miles on a comment like that, and glory to God. And I'm so thankful for the idea of reviewing the engagement that I learned in Coach's Edge. I think that's the toughest question of all. And I think I've been able to narrow it down to 5, and they're all frankly tied for first place. Number 1, I have access to Cheryl. And I really do feel like a member of her extended family, and that she is for me. Second, I have the opportunity to learn from and connect with some really good Christ following coaches who also want to continue to grow and sharpen their edge. Third, I have access to an amazing resource library of about 100 different recordings on very helpful topics. So these are from Coach's Edge sessions that occurred long before I ever joined, plus the ones that I want to listen to again. And fourth, I learned something from every event. And this leads to the opportunity to try out new things to truly sharpen my edge in my coaching practice. And finally, I have access to a great team. Every member of Cheryl's team super responsive, and I also sense that you are for me, and that's a blessing. So thanks.